All right, legacy builders. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have another amazing entrepreneurial interview for you today.
Yes.
We are being joined by none other than the up and coming blogger, Nadia Malik.
What's up, Nadia? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Rob? How are you, Tisha?
Good.
Nadia, did I pronounce your name right?
Yes, it's right. It's perfect.
All right, fantastic. I want to make sure we get that right. As a Rishon, I get all kinds of pronunciations of my name. Rachel, Roshan, Roshanda.
Yeah. Weird.
All right, let's just get right into it. You know, Learn, Hustle, Grow is all about money and entrepreneurship. Our goal is to interview entrepreneurs that have a profitable and repeatable business model that our viewers might be able to take advantage of on their path to creating wealth and building a legacy for their own families. So with that, we would love to hear more about your philosophy on money. You know, where do you stand as it pertains to finances, and give us a little bit of insight. Are you a spender or are you a saver?
Yeah, I actually have a little bit of love-hate relationship with money because I was not always a saver. For quite a few years, I was the spender, and the family background that I have, I am from a generation whose parents were immigrants. So our parents came from very humble beginnings, and they brought us here, and we were raised here in this part of the world.
Okay.
But seeing our
When you
parents,
say here, do you mean North America or do you mean the United States?
I was in Canada. I was in
Okay.
Canada. Yes. So we saw our parents like saving money and doing all these small things. And at that time, when you're growing up, when you are in your teens or when you are in your early 20s, everything seems like, why are they doing that? That's not really necessary. We have this kind of money. Like, money is coming, so we can just spend it. But actually, the reality hits when you actually have to manage the money. So I got married. My husband had the same philosophy. He also was like not very careful about the spendings. So we both had our stable jobs, and we both were not big spenders, but we really did not have that realization that we need to save money. And
Okay.
After getting together, after being married for a little bit, we had a reality check in our lives. We did not have kids at that point. I needed.
But did you have luxury cars?
I did.
We did too.
Don't
That's
we
why
all?
I asked.
Yeah.
I did, and my car broke down. Living in Canada, it's the life of cars is very. It's not too long because of the harsh weather and everything, salt, and all the things that come with cold weather. So my
Yes.
car broke down without any planning or anything. And again, I was in the mindset that I need to replace this car with a very nice one. The
Oh
one that
no.
I had. We went in the dealership, and like having that mindset that I can just get whatever I want whenever I want. We just went in, and there it was. We realized that our credit cards were maxed. They were maxed. So me and my husband were like, what's happening over here? So we did not commit to that. It was so shocking for us because it took like a whole night to recover from that, because our spendings had actually affected us in a way where we could not actually do something that was necessary. Like, I needed the car to get to work. So our wants came over our needs. And that was the point where I was like, okay, that's not happening. We need to stop, and we need to think, and we need to make a plan. And especially, we need to get out of all that credit card debt. That's where everything changed, and I became from a spender to a saver.
All right. You made the necessary steps.
I
Right.
did.
So-
I had to.
So you didn't get the car?
No, I did not. My husband made the sacrifice. I used his car, and he actually used public transit for like 8 months until we were out of
wow.
our debt. So
There you go.
yeah,
Some might call that gazelle intent.
That is super mature right there, because I don't know if I could have done it. I would have said, I still got to get me at least a little car,
he's very good at that. So once he makes his mind in our relationship, he's better than me. In like when we have to like do something, he would just stick to it, really stick to it. So he says, I would think that I am good too, but he's better than me in sticking.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's nice to say.
Now you said that you guys came from Canada to the US. So where were you living where they had public transportation that he could take for 8 months? Because it wasn't Texas.
No.
No, we were actually living in downtown. Me and my husband both were working in downtown, and
Downtown where?
downtown Toronto.
Toronto. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
public transit is really good. It's impressive over there. And after he took a transit for like 8 months, he was like, I don't even need a car. Like I am perfectly fine.
Wow.
And in the past few years, they also started getting the kids free rides. So the kids under 12 and under, they did not have any tickets. So I mean, if you don't mind the cold and if you don't mind walking up to the station, I think if you're living close to downtown, it's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So I got a question. So the goal, while he was taking the transportation for the 8 months, you guys were saving for a car then, or were you just trying to get rid of the credit cards?
We were just trying to get rid of credit card debt.
Okay.
We had to I did not want to see that anymore. I was upset with that.
Okay.
We're with you. We definitely support that. So Nadia, it sounds like you spent most of your life in North America, in Canada itself, because you guys were in Toronto at the time that you actually started your professional careers. At what point did you move to the United States?
We moved to the United States. It's our 5th year here, so 4 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Nadia, were you an entrepreneur in Canada, or did you start being an entrepreneur once you came to the United States?
Okay, so I was working, just to give you a little bit of background of how my life was. I was working, but when my first kid was born, when my first daughter was born, my husband and I decided that one of the parent is gonna stay at home. So I have been a stay-at-home parent for like 13 years. Yes, today is the 13th year.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
You can go crazy
depends
too.
on your perspective.
Right. Yeah. You can go crazy, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that was the day when we made the decision, and I started staying at home with my kids. And
So how many kids now?
I have 3 girls.
Okay.
I have 3 girls.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. My older
Fun
one
for Dad.
she just turned 13 today, and I have a 10-year-old, and I have almost 6-year-old.
Well, tell her
Okay.
we said happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so I stayed at home with the girls throughout, and my husband had been traveling, and he had been having good, stable jobs, and we have been saving over time. And I just started my online business. I started it with the personal finance blog, where I teach people how to save money, how to manage money, and also I have a lot of resources on my website where I tell people how they can make money as a side hustle working
Okay.
from home. Because I started it on my own, and that's my business, and that's where I converted it as a steady stream of income. So that's the best that I can teach other moms and the other people.
Okay.
So how long has it been now? How long have you been a business owner?
I started it in 2018, summer of 2018. Summer 2018,
Okay.
I started writing, and I launched my website August 2018 when my youngest one just started a half day of school. I had
Oh,
few
wow.
Yeah,
You're just coming up on your 2-year anniversary this year.
yeah, I had few hours in the morning where I did not know what I'm going to do once all the kids were gone to school. So I started writing, and once my blog was up, I just kept adding the content, and I saw that people needed that information. The more I wrote, the more audience I got, and then that's where it all started. I did not know, because in my mind, I just thought, okay, let me just give it a year. If it does not work, I'll just go find a 9-to-5 job when my youngest one would start a whole day of school. But it worked pretty well, and
Oh, you started picking up, huh?
Yeah.
You said it's profitable now, and you've been doing what, 2 years now?
Less than 2.
Less than 2 years, and you realized that it was doing so well that you didn't have to rush back to work. So let's talk about the money.
How long?
Yes. How long did it take to become profitable when you
Okay.
started doing the website?
Yeah. Okay, because I started it as a hobby. Like, I did not start it as a business because I was just writing, producing content, and I was not a big fan of ads on the website. I did not like the look of it. They just made the sites cluttered. Like every site, every blog or every site I went, it just looked all cluttered. So I was like, I don't want ads on my website. So I started with very few affiliates in the beginning.
Mhm.
But when I realized that this is what I'm gonna do, then because my niche is personal finance, and it's a very narrow niche, but it's also a very important niche, and there are a lot of people who need information in that. So I started picking a few affiliates that would really resonate with what I teach people, and then most of the affiliate or most of the things that I promote on my website are related to blogging tools and blogging tips.
Okay. So you're trying to help other people become bloggers.
Ah.
Yes.
So go
Yes.
your own blog.
Whatever,
Okay.
like whatever I have learned, whatever I believe in, I only promote that stuff on my website. Like, there's tons of things that I can promote, but I don't know about that, so I don't feel right like
Yeah.
talking people into it.
Okay. So back to the original question. How long did it take you to become profitable?
Okay, so first year I did not because I was not up for like making money, but I actually started producing content, and I created some online digital products, and I actually started making money since the summer of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like what, a year?
A year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it took about a good year. Okay.
Okay. All right. So now that you are profitable, what do you make? What would you say the blog brings in on an annual basis, and what are your goals going forward?
Okay. Because it depends. Again, my niche is personal finance, which goes up and down throughout the year.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So between the months, I would say on average, I make between 2,000 to 3,000 every month. And
Okay.
with the new content and with the new website and with the new courses, I am actually in the process of creating one more. I already have one that I launched. I am projecting this year, if everything goes well, nothing happens, then I'm projecting 100K actually by the end of this year, hopefully.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Honestly, as entrepreneurs, there are plenty of us who would love to bring in 2,000 to 3,000
Yeah.
on an online business.
Yeah.
That is definitely impressive and something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Thank
And of course, also as you learn the SEO and all the things to, bring more traffic to your site, of course it's going to grow. So
For sure.
I mean, you're less than 2 years in, so
Yeah.
Nadia, I think you should definitely boast about where you are revenue-wise. You know?
This is something that me and my husband have talked about it, because once you start posting it, it just spirals out of control. So we're just like trying to like not do it too much, but it's gonna happen at some point for sure, because it also gives a hope and guarantee to other people who actually follow me, and
Right.
it could inspire them, and it can motivate them to actually do it. So
That is the goal.
Yep.
That is the goal, right? If you're sharing your story, the goal is so that it helps other people to achieve their financial goals, whatever they might be.
Yep.
for sure, yes, absolutely.
So Nadia, I think when we spoke before or earlier in this conversation, you may have mentioned that you were getting ready to start a second blog. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, I did. I actually launched my second website, and it's all about all the resources that I have used, and I believe that they are the excellent resources for people who actually want to start the blog. I actually launched it 2 weeks back. It's
Okay.
a site, and the name is topbloggingcourses.com. So,
Okay.
so most of the I had actually bought that domain forever.
Okay.
And so it was time that I just launched it this year. That was my aim, to get that site up and running. So it's working, which is pretty cool.
Okay. So that leads Rob and I to think if you were ready to start a second blog, then at some point you must have realized this is it for me. And so our question is, how did you know that you had the right idea?
When I read people's blogs, the only blogs that I was interested in or that I feel connected to were where people were actually telling their real life stories. So
Okay.
that's the aim of the blog basically, or that's the aim of any excellent or successful website or a blogger, that they can connect with people. So the connection that I thought that I was going to have with people was what I was doing. I, being a stay-at-home mom for like 10, 12 years, I only focused on saving. That's what I did. I managed the money, whatever was coming in. I just had this aim that we have to manage it properly, and we should not get to that point where we have debt, or at a point where I have to leave my kids in a daycare and go and find a job. So that was never the aim. So that was the whole motivation behind my blog. And when I started seeing people coming on it, and people start connecting with me, and they kept asking me questions, I knew that that was it for me.
Wow.
I did not want to go in the lifestyle blogs. I did not want to go in the makeup thing or anything, because that's not me. Like being a woman, like you have to do it, but that wasn't something that I feel connected to, or that resonated.
You wasn't passionate about that, huh?
You said, wait, I love that you said, as a woman, you have to do it.
I know.
You're like, but I don't want to write about it.
Yeah, no. So that was it, and I knew that that's something that would come naturally out of me. I would not have to like struggle. So when I start writing, it just comes naturally, which is good. It does not feel like work.
Yes, that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, right there.
So there you go, legacy builders. That is a tip. Find something that comes naturally to you. If you're
That's a
interested
great
in
tip.
blogging, vlogging, or whatever it is to get your message out, it shouldn't be something that you have to stress over and strain to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Nadia. So let's tell us about the mistakes. What mistakes do you wish you could have avoided, if any?
Okay. There's nobody who has never made mistakes. I'm also human, and I did make some mistakes. The thing that I was really skeptical about was to start my YouTube channel. I knew that people love seeing whoever is giving them advice behind the blog, or whoever is writing. People love to see the person, and that's where I struggle. And I was like, I don't want to do the YouTube videos. Why do I do the YouTube?
Welcome to my world, Nadia.
So that was like, and I was not confident enough. Like in my head, I thought that I'm just gonna be horrible. Who would do that? Who's gonna do the editing and all that stuff? Because I like all the things that I manage are managed by myself. So it was like an extra kind of work that I was like,
yes, we understand.
You know? So, but that was a mistake. That was a mistake because people wanted to see me. People wanted to connect with me, and I'm sure there were so many readers who came through my blog and then left because they were not interested anymore. I'm pretty sure there were people. So I think that was the mistake. Other than that, it was a learning curve. For longest time it was a learning curve. So I think that was the only thing that, I started it this year, but it's a little bit late.
So YouTube is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's where I want to. So are you incorporating video into your blog, or you're doing a completely separate YouTube channel?
Okay, right now, the YouTube channel has the same name as my blog, and I'm also talking about money on the YouTube channel. There's nothing else.
Okay.
So I can incorporate it with my blog, but I haven't done it yet. So it's separate right now, but it can go vice versa. So.
Okay, so some people,
we're gonna have to make sure that we tag you in the description and include the links to your blog as well once we get get to the end.
Right, I was gonna say some people love YouTube and some people love reading, and some people hate reading, and some people like YouTube. So it's probably good. You got you got the same information in two different places, right?
Yeah, that's true.
One thing I do want to say, Nadia, is YouTube. I don't think it's too late. I think there are people starting YouTube videos and YouTube channels every day, even right now. And I've seen stats recently that said that YouTube's still going to double from the numbers right now of channels. So you got plenty of time, I think.
I know. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to keep up with everything that's coming. It's just like I haven't uploaded a video because I was just finishing up with the content creation and so many things going on with my second website. But that's where I need to be like most of the time, just to get my audience who really want to see and who connect via videos.
Congratulations on getting started.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. So now we talked about, mistakes that you made, things that you wish you had done differently. Were there other business ideas you tried prior to deciding to focus on personal finance? Most entrepreneurs have more than one business idea. We've had a couple of failures before we actually get to that one thing we find that they're fine is a fit. Did you have any failures before you got on this path?
I did, for sure. I did. I actually started a Shopify business and thinking that I would be awesome at it and I can sell stuff and, these things are in demand. And
what was your product?
Right. Yeah. What were we trying to sell?
They were like small jewelry that was geared towards pet owners. I loved that kind of jewelry and those t-shirts and mugs and that kind of, anything that a pet lover would find attractive or they would want as a gift or something. I started that, but but that did not go very well. In spite of the fact that I was so excited about it,
people love their pets. I would have thought that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I was not doing the good job. Maybe I was not marketing the right way. Maybe I was like, I'm not saying that people were not interested. That was not something that I was good at. So it failed. Yeah.
How long did you try the business before you changed your mind?
I actually, the year that I started my blog, so 2018, I started my blog. The year before that, 2017, summer 2017, I started it, and by January 2018, I was like, this is not working.
And that's good. That's good. They say you shouldn't invest too much time before you figure it out.
Right.
We had to move because of my husband's traveling job, and I could not. The only thing that I was struggling with was inventory. I did not have space to put the inventory. Like I was ordering, and I had to ship it because my husband's traveling job. It was just impossible. So anything that I can just do on my laptop, on my Mac, on my phone, that's my business now. Because
it helped you narrow it down. His job helped you narrow it down.
Yeah, for sure.
So are you happy where you are now, and what would you change, if anything?
I am very happy most of the time because I'm so
right. So nobody's happy all the time.
Yeah, I'm happy most of the time because I have now with the start of another website, I have a ton of work that I need to do all the time. And my kids, my girls, they play professional golf. Which is also a full-time job, and with my husband traveling all the time, it's a constant struggle to manage the time. But most of the days are good. Some of them are crazy, but I am happy with what I have because I can actually move my schedule. I can do stuff if I have a crazy busy day with the girls, then I can just spend few quiet hours at night, and then I can get done with stuff. So my business has given me flexibility of time, which is huge for me, which is big for me. So I am very happy with where I am, but obviously there is need for improvement, and I would really want it to go grow on fast pace because the aim that I have for this year is big, and I would really want to get to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think you said your goal for this year was to hit 6 figures.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. So those are some aggressive growth targets.
Yes.
What are you going to do differently to bring in, that additional income?
The thing that I am really working on, and I have been researching a lot this year, that was the main aim for me, to step back and look at the strategy and design the strategy. The thing that is really, really blowing up right now is like live webinars.
Definitely, we understand that live is huge right now.
Yes.
Everybody knows live in order to grow their business.
Yeah. So live webinars is the way to go. And the content that I'm creating in the form of courses, my aim is to promote those courses via live webinars. It's
okay.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you have a blog that helps people learn how to become bloggers. Then you have a secondary web page which shares all the resources that you used in order to help you build your blog. And now it sounds like you are also building and offering a course to people who want to learn how to blog. Is that
Yes.
where your course is as well?
Yes, the course that I already have launched is related to blogging, and it teaches people how they can drive quality traffic towards their blog. The name of the course is Massive Pinterest Traffic, and it's hosted on Teachable, and we can leave the link here so people can go and see. Because the biggest problem that new bloggers and entrepreneurs have is that they do not have the right quality targeted traffic coming towards their website.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the biggest thing. As soon as they get that direction right, everything starts falling in place, and that's why I created that course.
Excellent. We can see that.
Thanks.
We will make sure that we include all of that information in the description below. Nadia, thank you so much for the information that you have shared about your business and money. We really appreciate it, and we think our viewers will too. We are at that place in the conversation where we want to talk about the bonus questions.
Yes.
So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So what inspirational books or resources have you read or seen that you can share?
No, I read everything about money, and I've been reading for a very long time Michelle Schroeder's blog, Making Sense of Sense.
Okay.
I have been reading it for a very long time, but as I said, I haven't had time to keep up with that. But that was the blog where I started, and I have been following it very religiously. And some of the blogger friends that I have, they have their blogs in all kinds of niches, and I make sure that I go and read their blogs too, because I just love them. They are my tribe. So
yeah. Okay. We totally get that.
Awesome.
All right. Our next question, as far as our bonus questions are concerned, drum roll, please.
What does legacy builder mean to you, Nadia?
okay, legacy builder for me is to create a system for my kids or for the next generation. If I talk about all the people, for me, it is a way to teach our next generation how they can work better with money and how they can have sustainable sources of income. Because with all these things changing, everything going digital, and all these new gadgets, and they are already on their phones and these laptops and stuff, like they are just surrounded by all this information and all this these electronics. So just to have them educated how they can use it in order to save their money, in order to manage their money better, because these resources can also have a negative impact, and it is actually having a negative impact on our younger generation. So for me, just to give them the right information at the right time, even though sometimes they feel like it's too much for them, but if they have this thing instilled in their brain, and if they have all this information, it would be better as a whole, as on for the whole generation, maybe for us, for sure for them. So that's what it means for me, just to give our kids a head start on whatever they need, and money is a big part of it.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's an excellent answer. All right. So we know that you have a blog, you have a new website, you are starting a YouTube channel. So we didn't actually cover the name. Why don't you tell our viewers where they can find you online?
Okay. My blog that is related to money, where I talk about everything related to money, saving, budgeting, having side hustles, and I have quite a lot of information on blogging resources on that website too. The name of that website is speakingofsense.com. And the new website where I have gathered all the awesome resources for new bloggers or the seasoned bloggers or people who actually want to have more information or good quality courses. That's my second website, and the name of that website is www.topbloggingcourses.com. So very easy to remember. And I have a Pinterest course. I have the course where I teach people how they can drive massive traffic towards their blog. That's my course. And my YouTube channel has the same name, Speaking of Sense, Nadia Malik.
All right. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Nadia, we appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate you taking time out of your day for this interview. And I can't wait to check out your blog.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored, and I appreciate you guys taking the time and spreading the word with your audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next video.
See ya.